Big ups and love, everybody. Reggae on the River 2025. We back here with the Speakers and Presenters series, bringing together local change makers, local leaders, and visionaries to share their stories and passions for life, more blessings and more peace in this world, living in the best way we can, and we share our wisdom, our reasonings to help each other move forward on the path of life. So give thanks. We're sitting here with a special guest. Today we got Remi in the house. We're gonna have a conversation about all of these things that we'll be getting into. The Inner Bloom Wellness Zone and Inner Bloom Productions is bringing to you wisdom and reasonings to help understand and find a way forward. Having a North Star, guidance, a place to look towards and forth to help us through the challenges in life. So we're here today with Remi. We're gonna get this lit up here. If y'all need any ganja to smoke, it's on the house over here at Inner Bloom. Come on, pull up to the booth. So I'm gonna pass over the mic to Remi, let him introduce himself. Sir, welcome. We got Remi in the house. We'll let him introduce himself. Inner Bloom Productions, we out here. Why don't you tell the people who you are and what brought you here?
Yes, first of all, give thanks and praise for the Mateo Community Center who founded this Reggae Upon the River event, and all the vendors and people that came out, Inner Bloom, for inviting us from Nevada City. Elixart is what brought me here technically this time this year. However, my first Reggae on the River, I was brought here by a good brethren named Ja Levi and the Higher Reasoning in 1989. I actually played the Fundi heartbeat drum with a band from Brooklyn called Ancient Vibrations via Jamaica. So I got to play on stage my first Reggae on the River in 1989 with Ancient Vibrations as a heartbeat Nyabingi Fundi player. So that was my introduction to Reggae on the River and the West Coast. And let me just say, once this happened, my life was never the same. Once I saw people who were independent financially, had their land and their place that they built with the money that they made from the herb that they grew, I realized that this was a special culture and a special place and a special message. And the message I got was to stay strong, independent of Babylon, and close to nature in the woods, or the islands or the mountains, but close to nature, because that's where Jah can give you the highest upload of what your purpose and your path may be, whether it be acrylic art, music art, acting art, whichever art that Jah put you on the planet for. You'll know more when you search yourself and these events come into your life and you meet people that have already done these things and you realize you have the power to do it as well. So I came to Rastafari through Nyabingi music culture. No, I was not born in Jamaica. I was born in the US Army Hospital in Munich, Germany, actually. Okay, so I'm a Rastaman by pure culture, not by geographic. Although I spent 23 out of 48 years on the Big Island, where a lot of my Kawa influence and Rastafarian lifestyle influence comes from. I'm a Rastaman by culture. I'm international, beyond Jamaica, beyond Ethiopia. It's not where you're from, it's where you're at. So once I learned the culture, I realized someone told me I had talent with music. So I started to write songs about the weather, cataclysms, fires burning and thunderstorms. Things I wrote 35 years ago, 38 years ago, now coming to fruition. Because I always had a Nyabingi influence. If you don't know what Nyabingi is, it's the foundation of Rastafari culture. Before they had the big bands and the instruments and the plugs in, they played Nyabingi every year in the Caribbean. So His Imperial Majesty Earthstrong just passed July 23rd. That would be 133 years of His Imperial Majesty presence. So every year in Jamaica from the July 21st to July 28th, they have a Crown Nation Nyabingi ceremony with drums, bingi drums, and maybe 2 repeater players and everyone else playing strictly the heartbeat, Fundi. And so that's the foundation of Rastafari culture. So that's why I come to the culture through Nyabingi. And Rastafari culture transcends all colors, all geographics. It's not where you're from, it's where you're at in consciousness and how you live, day by day, moment by moment. So in realizing this, when I returned to California after being in Hawaii from 1993 to 2016, I went to Reggae on the River 2016, which was still a bit further up the road, closer to French's Camp, where the original site was. And so now, this is my first one since then, and I'm very thankful to be a part of it, to be brought here by an establishment like Elixir, who has non-alcoholic drinks, Vacation Jun, Tom Margarita, you know, Golden Healers, Matcha Mojito, and I'm bringing the kava, fresh kava from the Solomon Island. So the island culture is wide here. Kava culture, Hawaii culture, Rastafari music culture, Jamaica culture, Selassie, Marcus Garvey, roots and culture. So this is a cultural event. And I'm very thankful for Mr. Dennington here and his beautiful Inner Bloom Wellness and all the team he has, healing people on the side with this amazing massage. I've heard wonders about it from people, by the way. Great job. Light Vader, you're doing great. I love you. And so, you know, this is something special because when there's one good thing and another good thing and more good things, then only good things can happen. It's pretty simple. My brother Eddie used to tell me, the heartbeat is simple, just do good. 1, 2, do good. So I'm just doing my best to keep doing good. You know, and to do good things continue to happen. That's a miracle for some, common sense for others. Do good, think good, do good things happen, you know what I mean? Real simple life. And so this is the influence that Reggae on the River, Nyabingi, and Rastafari culture has had in my life, to where if I've had times where I've, you know, gone astray or tried drugs or this or that, we've gone through it. However, now I realize my life is a true Rastaman. No drugs, no BS, strictly ganja, some kava, maybe a little tobacco with me spliff, some caffeine once in a while, and that's about it. Because I know the stronger my tempo, the stronger a channel I am. So I've made up my mind to be the strongest being as a representative of Nyabingi Rastafari culture as possible. And Reggae on the River is once again giving that chance to show that through Elixir. And Inner Bloom is the reason Elixir's here. They invited them from the space. They said, hey man, there's room. So giving big shouts out to Dennington, all the masseuse people, the whole crew, the DJs that he brought forward, this beautiful altar, Kuan Yin, all right? The ganja plant, the ganja leaf has always protected me. Many levels, financially, spiritually, the well-being of life has come through ganja in my life, extremely. So when I first saw California and the independence that ganja brought, which I didn't have an idea about, because I was raised in New York, it really opened up my eyes and my mind in a way that influences me still to this day. So I'm very thankful for Reggae on the River, Nyabingi and Rastafari culture. And you know, I've seen some of my original mentors here. Ja Levi, who first brought me here in '89. Eddie I, who taught me the bingi. Got to see my good brother Soul Medication perform on the river stage with Rocka T from the Skadanks, who I also know from New York. So it's a lot of reunion of family, farmers, magicians, musicians, MCs, and DJs and word plays happening here, you know? So if you made it to Reggae 2025, it wasn't luck, it wasn't a coincidence, it was meant to be. You're here for a divine purpose and a divine reason. Whether you're 8 years old, 8 months old, 28, 18, 48, or 57 like I'm on, you're here, you made it. Give yourselves a big round of applause. And once again, big thanks and big shouts out to Dennington, Light Vader, all the masseuse crew, all the tents, all the goddesses, the empresses, you know. Yeah, love and more love is the message from reggae music, from Rastafari, Nyabingi. Very thankful to be a representative. Thank you for coming forward. We love all of you. In the name of His Imperial Majesty, Earth Rightful Ruler, Conquering Lion Tribe of Judah, Ja Rastafari, Ethiopia live, Sila.
Give thanks. Ross Remi D in the house, everybody. Give thanks for Ross Remi D, Hawaii, California, and around the world. This is what we do. This is what we like to do and talk. We like to sit down and reason bring reason into life and talk about the things that we're going through. You know, there's a human condition that we're all part of, and we tend to think we're alone in our experience. But if we get together and talk with our allies, maybe people we don't even know, we realize, wow, we got so much in common. We share a lot of the same struggles and a lot of the same joys, and we all have unique and individual keys on our keychains that we all got that we can share with each other. No one is higher than anyone. We all are on a path forward to God in this way of devotion and life, and so we can share our wisdom with each other. Give thanks for Remi coming through and bringing this message. I'd like to just take this opportunity to open it up for a couple questions for Remi, if that's all right. I want to ask you, Remi, you know, as an elder to us and someone who's been on the path, someone who's found his way, and like you said, you know, been finding a way and finding the ups and downs and choosing a path forward and a path that feels aligned in your heart. For the young ones here and the youths looking for their way in this world, in a world of confusion and distraction, what kind of wisdom would you share to a young one about how to stay on the path and how good it feels when you find that path and that focus? What would you share with them, how to stay in tune and stay forward without getting distracted and losing a step?
Well, that's a very wise question, because in this day and time with all the computers, technology, and iPads, we're finding it more difficult to stay human and do human acts. So what I would say for the youth, let's say between 9 and 19, make sure you do your physical exercise daily. Make sure you take long walks in the country, if nothing else. Make sure you jump in the river, do some swimming. Make sure you're reading something about culture, whether it's your old Irish Celtic culture or Ethiopian culture or your roots from Italy or Greece, whatever it is. Find out your genetics and study that. And don't let this world put you in a state of what they call boredom, because there's no such thing as being bored, especially living in a country, always something to do. Wood to stack, you know what I mean? Weed to fertilize, cabins to clean, things to do. So find yourself keeping your physical and mental and spiritual active and working on it constantly. Your yoga, your breath, your breathing, your movement. Movement is the key. It's been proven that the serotonin that we give off when we exercise, whether it be yoga or weights or biking or running, that takes away all mental depression and all boredom and silliness. So find other people of the youth your age that's into these types of things. Long walks, swimming, yoga, reading books on culture, not just random things that's poisoning your mind. Because food is like music, it's like food. So is what you read, what you take into your mind. It's all food, consciousness. So take in conscious things and loving things. And don't let the mind idle, because the idle mind is the devil workshop. You see? So exercise, breathe, do yoga, read books that give you knowledge.
Give thanks, Remi. That's some wisdom for the youth, those coming up in the world, facing distraction and confusion, looking for the way forward. Give thanks and love to our community and all of us here. Again, we have Reggae on the River 2025 on this forward path. Like Remi said, it's no mistake if you here today, you're here for a real reason. And give thanks for showing up, all the works it takes to be here, creating this unified vibe, this unity feeling. It's a big family out here, and we come set up this village and remember who we are, remember that we are all connected. So much in common and so much to share in our struggles and our peace and our love. Give thanks to Remi D. Pass the mic back to Remi D and give his words. I wanted to ask you, Remi, you know, met you 10 years ago or so in Nevada City. You actually met my father when he came to visit in Nevada City. You know, and again, to the youths looking on the way forward, there's a lot of things that we weren't taught in our lives, a lot of things we had to learn. You're from New York, I'm from Massachusetts and Boston, coming all the way out here to California to realize, you know, there's nothing to look for outside of ourselves. It's really about looking within. That's where we find it. So I wanted to ask you, how does it feel when you're disconnected and you're not finding a way home? And then when you do find that source and a connection, how does it feel to be in tune and to have a routine and have a focus? How does that help you to stay excelling in your life?
Well, first of all, as humans, we have to love our experiences and at least realize we can learn from them. We don't have to regret anything in life. However, it is wise to learn from the slip-ups and the miss-ups. And so if we can digest and have enough compassion for ourselves and the rest of the people to forgive ourselves and realize the learning and the growth is never ending, once we come whole again, it's a good feeling because we realize the journeys are always there and will always give us more lessons. However, the better we can learn from the lessons, the less we have to experience those types of journeys or those types of hardships. And that's just the nature of experience. So for those that have had difficulties with drugs, alcohol, opiates, whatever it is, it's okay. Every day you have a chance to make a change. That's the beautiful thing about life. Every single moment you can choose to do some exercise, some yoga, some breathing, and just say no to the bad things in your life or the bad influences. I know sometimes we get caught up in the moment, we want to please everybody, but what I found and learned is that we have to please ourselves first and look out for ourselves, our well-being and our health and our mental health. And sometimes we may fall to the moments, and however, every day, every moment is a new chance to breathe deep through the nose, love yourself, and make the right choice. Some people say, oh, I didn't know I didn't have a choice. We always have a choice. No matter what it is, we always have a choice. It's whether we want to make the right choice or the choice that's healthiest for us in the long term and the short term that counts. Most of us don't want to or don't choose to. However, we always have the choice. So I'd say to the youth, make the right choice. Choose your self-health and your self-love over alcohol, drugs, and silliness. Choose yoga, choose breath, choose life, choose reggae music, and your life will be just fine, actually. Listen to reggae music, dance a lot, move your body, and life will fulfill itself. It's that simple, for real.
So Remi, you touching on a really important topic and subject there, and one of compassion, one of forgiveness, but turning that back in on ourselves, looking at ourselves in the mirror, and the judgments we can put on ourselves, the weights we put on ourselves for decisions that we make, and we can learn when we wake up and look up to the sun and find our connection to something higher, that we can forgive ourselves, we can have compassion, give ourselves a little space to let things go and choose a better way. Really, every breath, every day, every moment. Just want to take a moment to drop into that. I think a lot of us can be hard on ourselves, and all of this energy, this reggae music, this Rastafari, this Jah, and the way of looking at I and I, that God and I, no separation. I am the one who make my decisions and the way I show up to life. I am the creator. Nothing that happens to me is happening to me. Life is moving through me, and the things that happen help I excel and grow. So offering us all a chance to take a breath in, exhale, and just let ourselves be. Forgiveness, compassion for the self. There's nowhere to be, nothing to do but just be in this moment and enjoy it as we breathe in again. Expand ourselves, expand our aura and our field, take up some space and know that this is our home. This planet Earth is our kingdom for us all to be and live. There's nowhere to be, and this is our safe space. We're all here and we can take up space. There's no one to please but ourselves first. Give thanks and praises.
Yeah, so the last message that I want to share that's most important is like the man said, forgiveness for ourselves. No matter what you've done in life, if you're here now, forgive yourself and everything else will forgive you as well. Alright? That's the hardest thing to do for most people. However, if we forgive ourselves, we find it easier to forgive others. So forgive others if you need to, be able to forgive yourself. But every day, every moment is a new chance to live, to love. Cherish what you have, don't think about what you don't have. That's the trick, all right? They want you to think about what credit cards and bank accounts, and that's all groovy. However, let me share one last bit of knowledge. I know a lot of people in the big cities, LA, Venice, Abercrombie Boulevard, Hollywood. They have a nice house, millions of dollars. They have problems that money can't fix because they got plenty of money. consider myself blessed, you understand? So I'm not really worried about this and that material thing. I'm more loving and concerned with the people around me in my community in Nevada City, directly right here in Reggae on the River 2025, my Inner Bloom. You know, the Canada Fest, the Creamery, you know, the festive Fest 5, the you know, Obsidian Healing Camp. You know, these are the beauties. Thank you, ladies, for coming to Elixir again. I see you. I love y'all. Thank you. Elixir Herbal Lounge. And Jeff is rocking over there. Look at him. Yeah, ladies, thank you for coming back. We see you. We love you. House Reggae 2025. Bless? Yes, I. Jeff, you doing okay? I'm almost done. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm working with Elixir over there. My man, flash the camera over there real quick so they know why I was saying hi. I'm working with Elixir. Jeff, wave, wave. I'm working with that crew right there. They brought me here. Daddy asked me earlier when I came here, that brought me here. Elixir Herbal Lounge, John and Carver Culture. So yeah, I'm very thankful to be here and be a part of reggae through Elixir Herbal Lounge. And beautiful wellness, inner wellness, higher wellness, being a wellness. Deddington's been playing great music. His cameraman's been on. All his DJs have been kind. All the goddesses have been kind. I want to thank you from my heart for having this moment and this time to touch down and be part of your space and share my knowledge and my experiences of how Reggae on the River and Rasta culture has influenced my life for the better every time. And furthermore, I knew once I came home to my culture and to Nevada City from being in LA trying to be a comedian and do chess on the road, and I did okay there for 2.5 years, but I needed to come back to the country to breathe fresh air and not hear sirens when I wake up. And so that was the right decision. So like I said, I made the decision to leave LA in October 2024, and that got me to Reggae on the River for 2025. So every decision has an impact on the future of your life. So forgive yourself every moment, love yourself, love those around you, make sure you tell them that you love them. Don't assume that they know you love them because you're with them every day. They still need to hear it, all right? For all the guys out there with a beautiful lady, tell her that you love her. Don't think she assumes and knows it, all right? That'll be the best way to keep her. Yes, all right. Jah love, Rastafari. Yes, I. Yeah, man.
Yo, give thanks and praises. Remi D in the house, everybody. This has been an Inner Bloom Productions. More love to the uncles out here sharing wisdom and knowledge. You know, what we're talking about here with Remi is really about evolution, consciousness. I'm gonna share another code with you on the tune of forgiveness, self-forgiveness, and what do we do when we forget? Well, we gotta remember, and when we forgive, then we make a new plan forward. And when you're making a plan forward, you wanna make something better in your life. You wanna get somewhere you wanna go, what you wanna be. It's about aligning. Here's the code, y'all. Aligning with the frequency of what you desire. Do you want to be driving a red Corvette down the Avenue of the Giants? Manifest it by action. Start doing the work. Showing up to life. Being the person you want to be. Imagine what it feels like to drive that car. Imagine what it feels like to have the wind in your hair. You want to just feel more peace in your life and let go of anxiety or worry? Well, start imagining that you're not. And you just focus on that you are. Focus on your peace through the breath. It's not a spiritual thing, it's really just a human thing. Focusing on the object of our desire and becoming the frequency of that. More love, everybody. Bless. Remi D is riding in a Porsche in the Redwoods and Avenue of the Giants. And it's just about feeling peace, you know. We're not stuck in our situation. We need to forgive ourselves. We need to look at what it is that holding us back and face our fear. And from that place, we get on the other side of the fear. We realize nothing can conquer us, nothing conquers us. And then we set our mark and our destination, where we want to go and who we want to be and how we want to do it. And God is watching every moment. You cheat and you slip up and you think no one's watching. God's still fucking watching. And you won't get there if you keep slipping up and tripping and cheating in the dark. God knows, and you won't trust and believe in yourself if you're not taking right action and living the life that you want to be living. You gotta be about it every step, and that's living in peace. Nowhere to hide, nothing to hide from, living in the light. Yes, I.
Yeah, I want to point on another one he just said. The Most High sees everything. You think you're cheating? You think you're sneaking around? That's your conscience, okay? You're not gonna get away with it. They're gonna find out, okay? You gotta be straight up, especially you young guys out there want to be players playing peekaboo. No peekaboo, man. They're gonna know, they're gonna find out, they're gonna lose everything. So you gotta be honest and open and transparent with your connections. Male, female, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Your communication is what it is. So be kind to yourself, be honest, and know that you think if you're cheating, that you're getting away with it, but the trees have eyes, the trees have ears, the rocks can see, okay? Everything, the plants can see. Guess what? They prove plants can feel vibrations. The amaranth right there, it knows what we're talking about, okay? These plants right here behind me, this Shiva right here, it can feel the energy from what I'm saying, okay? So that's been proven. So if you're gonna do what you're gonna do, make sure you let the person know and give them a choice so they can do what they want to do, okay? Peekaboo, you're gonna get catch you. No peekaboo in 2025, G's. This is real business. Share what you feel and how you're moving forward so he can also move forward in the same light. It's very simple, okay? So just remember, be kind and loving to yourself, or you're only cheating yourself. The Most High sees, and so do the trees, so do the rocks, and so do the breeze. I love y'all. One love.
Yo, big ups and love. We're closing it out here with Ross, Remi. We got the love coming through all around. We're out here finding our best selves. Inner bloom is about embodiment. Blooming from within can only happen when we nurture the soil below our feet and we take care of it and grow a deep, strong root. That way our tree can flow with the breeze. More life, everybody. This has been another Inner Bloom production. Give thanks to Remi D. Rastafari. Yeah! Yeah! Give thanks, Reggae on the River.